Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Game on Cloud 9 here, and I'm here to bring you guys a new Bleach chapter 512 prediction. In this week's chapter of Bleach, honestly, there was nothing but amazingness going on. And this chapter purely served the purpose to sign off Yamamoto Genryuusai, and honestly, I felt like it was done very well. I mean, we got a little bit of flashbacks in this week's chapter, of course, and we finally saw Yamamoto's complete end, and like when he was completely obliterated by Chuha. And honestly, the flashbacks were really kind of, I guess you could say they gave you more insight on Yamamoto's past as far as, what was Soul Society actually like prior to the 1,000-Year Blood War. I mean, hearing Chuha talk, actually it almost sounded like Yamamoto was a bad guy, like he was terrible. I mean, when you think about it, actually, I mean, you wonder about the whole massacre of Quincy's or whatnot. What actually happened during the 1,000-Year Blood War? What actually sparked it all off? And could it be that maybe the Quincy's were actually playing the role of the good guys at the time, and maybe Yamamoto and Soul Society were actually the bad guys, since he was calling Yamamoto and saying that they were like a bunch of thugs? Not only that, but it's not like, Yamamoto himself, when we see during the flashback, there's a picture that we see basically big old flame and the guy standing at the top of the flames. And Shunsui, he asked Yamamoto, I believe it's Shunsui, he asked him about that picture or whatnot, and and Yamamoto refers to it as a monster, but that monster will never return. So even Yamamoto considers himself, I'm assuming that is Yamamoto, he considers himself a monster. So I'm really wondering, as far as what was his change of heart. At what point during the 1,000-Year Blood War that happened 1,000 years ago did he decide that, he wanted to change his ways? And what actually got the division started? I mean, I'm really interested in this history as far as the Goatee 13 and the early beginnings of it. Another question is, I guess, that, raises is who actually appeared at the end of the chapter? Because literally we see Chuha order all his men after he obliterated Yamamoto completely. We see Quincy start raining in on the Seirete and literally destroying everything. Like, you see Shunsui, he gets taken out. You see, like, buildings just crashing and falling. And then all of a sudden, somebody appears. And Chuha gets taken by surprise. So I'm definitely thinking that's Ichigo, of course. But Chuha, he seems very well prepared for a lot of different situations. I mean, almost in a sense, you can compare him to Aizen, or maybe even better than Aizen, because Aizen didn't make it to this point. Aizen wasn't prepared this well as far as taking, people's bankais, knowing their strength level, knowing who was the potential to actually turn the tide of the war, and how to handle them. So, Chuha seems better prepared than Aizen did. So what I'm wondering is, if that is Ichigo, what is he really going to do? We see Chuha is even expecting for Squad Zero or the Royal Guard to make an appearance soon, which, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys may have seen, or some of you guys may have seen me make a video talking about the King's Key like a week ago or whatnot. So, the King's Key, I'm assuming, I guess, if the Royal Guard, somehow they're able to find out Soul Society destroyed, I guess you don't really need the King's Key, because I guess they can find their own way. Soul Society, I don't know if they actually can sense what's going on in Soul Society while they're in the dimension where the Spirit King resides, because I figured somebody was going to have to go to that dimension and actually alert them, but it doesn't seem that way based on the way Chuha was talking, like he's expecting to see their appearance pretty soon. And we know Yamamoto was the only one that had the King's Key, so I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to do. But as of right now, Ichigo making an appearance and showing up and actually getting ready to, if that actually really is him, how is he going to be able to fight Chuha? Obviously he can't at this point, because, the final battle is not going to happen right now, of course. But, I almost see him coming, like, of course he's going to attack Chuha and try to fight him, but I almost see it being a situation where he may actually have to escape. He may have to actually grab Rukia, grab Renji, whoever he can, and escape Soul Society. Because obviously he won't be able to save everybody at that point. Maybe some of the other Shinigami, they're all going to have to escape and regroup somewhere else, maybe in Karakura Town, as usual, since Karakura Town seems like the place that everybody likes to go hang out. But, right now it appears as though the Goatee 13 has fallen. I figured once Yamamoto goes, they're all done. Yamamoto is the captain commander. he is the strongest Shinigami, and if he is defeated, who else can win? So I'm just going to say Yamamoto is probably, I'm not going to say my favorite character, but he was one of the most anticipated characters as far as strength level that I really wanted to see, and I feel like Kubo did do a good job with his character. So honestly, it's gonna be, a little sad not to be able to see him a little bit more in the story anymore. We'll probably see him in flashbacks, but hey, I feel like it was really done well the way he was ended off. So Juha, I'm hoping that maybe next week's chapter, it's possibly Ichigo. And heck, we may even get a surprise. Maybe Grimmjow, since Grimmjow is probably going to make an appearance in this arc. I wouldn't be surprised if that is him, that comes with Ichigo. Like maybe him and Ichigo show up in Soul Society and plan on taking out Juha. Or maybe it could just be Grimmjow by himself that makes an appearance in Soul Society, get his revenge against Juha. Of course, we don't know who that mystery swordsman is, Grimmjow or not. But, I'm pretty sure it is, or I'm definitely, hoping or guessing that it is. So if it's Grimmjow, it may just be Grimmjow. It may be Urahara, Grimmjow, Ichigo, Chad, and Orihime together. But, whoever it is, I definitely don't think at this current point in time that they're enough to be able to take on Juha. And certainly, I'm wanting to know, in the future chapters, as far as, what Grimmjow's been doing all this time. So, I don't know, these are pretty much my thoughts about this week's chapter, guys. I feel like, it was done pretty well. We got a little bit of flashbacks here. There are not too many. We saw the fall of Soul Society kind of in this chapter. Not a complete fall, but pretty much Soul Society being demolished. So the story is advancing along pretty well. And we even got a chance at the end to see, somebody make an appearance. So a pretty good cliffhanger at the end. So hopefully, in the future, we're going to get some actually hear some more, backstory as far as the beginnings of Soul Society, or maybe not Soul Society itself, but I'll say the Goatee 13, especially, Yamamoto's past. I'm assuming if we hear anything, probably it'll be Shunsui, or maybe Juha. In fact, it probably would be Juha, since Shunsui didn't know himself at a young age. Juha may actually later on, I'm not expecting too soon, but explain more as far as how the Goatee 13 started. I'm also kind of wondering how Juha lived as long as he has. But next week we probably will see, of course, Ichigo, maybe Grimmjow, all of the, of course, the usual crew, Orihime, Chad. So, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to go ahead and rate this video. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to put a thumbs up. And if you didn't enjoy this video, you can put a thumbs down. The choice is yours. Also, don't forget to go ahead and comment. And don't forget to subscribe if you enjoy my content and you would like to see more. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.